Why Aryna Sabalenka will win Australian Open 2026. Of all the magnificent qualities Aryna Sabalenka possesses, perhaps the most significant is her ability to rebound from setbacks and come out on top. Her service yips of 3 years ago, which ravaged her at Australian Open 2022. She retooled her delivery and returned at AO 2023 to serve out the final and win her first Grand Slam trophy. Her loss from a set-up against Coco Gauff in the 2023 US Open final? She beat Gauff at the very next major before defending her AO title, then returned to New York in 2024 and emerged as the champion there, too. Sabalenka defends US Open. I deserve to have a Grand Slam title this season. We saw that resilience again throughout 2025, during which she spent every week atop the rankings to end her second straight season at world number 1. After losing to Gauff in a heartbreaking Roland Garros final, she beat the American in straight sets when they next met at the WTA finals. After falling to Amanda Anisimova in 3 sets in the Wimbledon semis, she met Anisimova again in the US Open final, adjusted her approach, and reversed the result to win her 4th major title. It's a distinct pattern, which bodes well for Sabalenka when she competes at Australian Open 2026. She was so close to an historic victory at AO 2025. At 5-5 in the deciding set of the final against Madison Keys, Sabalenka was on the brink of becoming the first woman since Martina Hingis, 26 years earlier, to win 3 straight singles titles at Melbourne Park. Yet Keys completed a fairy-tale 6-3-2 to 6-7-5 victory, snapping Sabalenka's 20-match Australian Open winning streak while delivering her a first defeat at Rod Laver Arena in 4 years. Perhaps unsurprisingly, Sabalenka overwhelmed Keys 6-0, 6-1 when they next met in the Indian Wells semifinals. I needed this revenge badly, so I was really focused and I think tactically I played really great tennis, she revealed. Memories of that AO final against Keys will no doubt ensure she possesses that same focus when she returns to Melbourne Park in January. You absolutely could have conceived her winning all 4 majors in 2025, in terms of the level she's been able to produce. I don't want to be too harsh, but that is down to Aryna, that we've had 4 different Slam champions in 2025. Because she has been the best player of the year, said former Pro Tour commentator Naomi Cavaday on the Tennis podcast. And you absolutely could have conceived her winning all 4, in terms of the level she's been able to produce. She is the number 1 in the world, and I do think there is some distance between her and everybody else. Her consistency is incredible. We know about her record over slams, absolutely astronomical. Like, she just does not lose early, she doesn't blow out in slams. Should she reach the AO 2026 final, Sabalenka would become the first woman to reach 4 consecutive AO finals since Hingis, who played in 6 straight finals from 1997 to 2002. It would also mark her 7th consecutive Grand Slam final on hard courts, seeing Sabalenka match Hingis and Steffi Graf for the most in the Open era among women. Her excellence at Melbourne Park is such that Sabalenka has won 20 of her past 21 matches at the venue, dropping only 4 sets in that period, and 2 of those were to Keys. There's little reason to expect that sparkling record won't extend, given the momentum she carries into season 2026. She reached 9 finals in 2025, including 3 Slam finals, and won 4 titles, winning 63 matches overall and compiling a 15-5 record against top 10 opponents. She's also reached the semi-final stage of better in 11 of her past 12 Grand Slam appearances, dating back to the 2022 US Open. Sabalenka's sustained success and consistency has been helped by the texture and dimension she's added to her game. The venomous serve and brute power remain, but now there's more shape and margin to her shots, a wicked drop shot, improved movement and athleticism, and a greater willingness to adjust tactically within matches. The missing piece, she said after losing in the WTA Finals title match to Aryna Rybakina, was better regulation of her emotions. The good thing is that I'm always there, Sabalenka said of her ability to reach finals. The bad thing is that this season I lost most of the biggest finals I made. In focus, why Aryna Rybakina will win Australian Open 2026. I guess I'll just sit back and think back and try to analyze my maybe behavior, my emotions, and think that actually it's been pretty good so far. I just need to get a little bit better, push myself a little bit more, and hopefully next season I'll improve. When the sun rises over Melbourne Park in January 2026, the roar of the crowd will be thick, vibrant, and irresistible, and at the center of that electric atmosphere will stand one figure whose name has become synonymous with raw power, fierce resolve, and unshakable belief: Aryna Sabalenka. To proclaim Sabalenka as a contender is almost an understatement. No, she is the protagonist in a storyline that reads like a myth, a warrior of the baseline, a master of momentum, and a competitor whose resilience has become her defining trademark. While champions come and go, Sabalenka's trajectory suggests she is poised not merely to challenge in Melbourne, but to win, inevitable as dusk after summer day. Let's explore why. 1. A record of repeated resilience. Champions aren't defined just by victories, but by how they rebound from defeat. Sabalenka's recent history is a testament to this truth. In 2025, the world watched as she reached multiple Grand Slam finals, climbed and remained atop the WTA rankings, and learned, again, how to refine her game under the fiercest pressure. By the end of that season, she was crowned WTA Player of the Year for the second consecutive time and finished as year-end world number 1 for a second straight season, a reflection of sustained excellence rather than fleeting brilliance. Now, Sabalenka's 2025 season wasn't perfect. She lost the Australian Open final to Madison Keys in a heartbreaker, yet that loss is part of her advantage. It haunts her, fuels her, and strengthens her resolve. Great champions don't just remember defeats, they learn from them. Sabalenka did precisely this, bouncing right back with dominant wins in subsequent tournaments. USOpen.com. 2. Melbourne Park, her arena of dominance. For Sabalenka, the Australian Open is more than just another Grand Slam. It is a stage where her best tennis emerges. Her past results at this tournament tell a story of mastery. She has won multiple titles at Melbourne Park, and across her appearances, she's posted remarkable win streaks and deep runs that make her a perennial threat. USOpen.com. Sabalenka's comfort on hard courts, especially in Melbourne, cannot be overstated. Historically, she has dropped very few matches and sets at this event, proving time and again that her game, based on powerful serving and relentless baseline striking, is perfectly suited to the hard court conditions. Her aggressive style thrives on flat, fast surfaces that reward depth, strength, and precision. In fact, by late 2025, she was closing in on records that align her with some of the most legendary names in the sport, putting her on track not just to win but to make history. USOpen.com.